Hebrews 9:11-28, the once for all entrance. The passage opens with a decisive contrast. But when Christ appeared as a high priest of the good things that have come, the language signals arrival, not anticipation. What had been foreshadowed in patterns and shadows now stands present in substance. The former order, with its repeated rituals and earthly sanctuary, belonged to a system that pointed forward. Now the reality to which it pointed has come into view. He is described as a high priest who ministers in a greater and more perfect tabernacle, one not made with hands, not of this creation. The distinction is clear. This priesthood does not operate within the limitations of the earthly structure, but in a heavenly reality. The old sanctuary, with its veils and compartments, symbolized distance and restriction. The new ministry unfolds in openness and completion. Verse 12 declares that he entered once for all into the holy places, not by means of the blood of goats and calves, but by his own blood, thus securing eternal redemption. The repetition of animal sacrifices under the former arrangement testified to their insufficiency. They could cleanse externally, regulating the flesh, but they could not perfect the conscience. Their continual offering bore witness that the work remained unfinished. In contrast, his entrance is singular and final. There is no repetition because there is no deficiency. What he accomplished does not require supplement or renewal. The redemption obtained is described as eternal, not temporary, not provisional, and complete. The emphasis rests not on ongoing effort, but on a finished act. The argument continues. If the blood of goats and bulls sanctified for the purification of the flesh, how much more will the blood of Christ cleanse the conscience from dead works to serve the living God? The movement is from external to internal, from ritual to reality. The conscience, once burdened by the awareness of sin and the repetition of sacrifices, is now addressed at its root. The cleansing is not symbolic, but effective. He is called the mediator of a new covenant, so that those who are called may receive the promised eternal inheritance. A covenant, by necessity, is enacted through death. The writer draws upon the imagery of a will, which only takes effect upon the death of the one who made it. Thus, his death is not incidental, but essential. It brings into force what had long been promised. Under the first covenant, even the tabernacle and its vessels were purified with blood. Without the shedding of blood, there is no forgiveness. Yet those repeated offerings could never fully remove sin. They functioned within a system awaiting its fulfillment. The heavenly realities required a better sacrifice, and that sacrifice has now been offered. Christ has not entered into holy places made with hands, which are copies of the true things, but into heaven itself, now to appear in the presence of God on our behalf. The imagery is not of distance, but of access. He stands in the true sanctuary, not to offer himself repeatedly, but having already completed the offering. The contrast is sharpened. The high priest under the former system entered yearly with blood not his own, but he entered once for all. If his work required repetition, it would imply inadequacy. Instead, he has appeared once at the consummation of the ages to put away sin by the sacrifice of himself. The phrase consummation of the ages signals the culmination of a long, unfolding story. What generations anticipated has reached its decisive moment. Just as it is appointed for man to die once, and after that comes judgment, so Christ, having been offered once to bear the sins of many, will appear a second time, not to deal with sin, but to bring salvation to those who eagerly await him. The first appearing addressed sin fully and finally. There remains no unfinished business regarding sin. The second appearing is not a continuation of atonement, but the manifestation of what has already been secured. Throughout the passage, the emphasis remains fixed. One sacrifice, one entrance, one redemption, complete and eternal. The former system, with its repetitions and symbols, has given way to a finished reality. The veil that once concealed has been surpassed by open access. The conscience once burdened has been cleansed. The covenant once anticipated has been enacted. Thus, the text presents a work accomplished in fullness, a priesthood exercised in perfection, and a redemption secured without remainder.